What if I told you there's an ancient weapon so horrifying, so deadly, that it was buried in secrecy for centuries? A weapon so powerful, legends say it could destroy armies in a single strike. But it's not just a myth. This weapon was real, and it has been kept hidden from the world for a reason. Today, we're peeling back the veil on a dark secret that history tried to erase. Are you ready to uncover a secret that's been buried for over 1,000 years? Stay with us till the end, because what we're about to reveal will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about ancient warfare. It all began with a recent archaeological dig in a remote part of the Middle East. When a team of researchers unearthed a mysterious artifact, they had no idea they were about to stumble upon a weapon shrouded in myth. The locals had always spoken of a curse in the area, tales of a weapon so potent it was sealed away by an ancient empire, never to be used again. At first glance, the researchers believed they had found a typical relic from an ancient civilization. But as they cleaned away the dirt and examined its inscriptions, they realized they were holding something far more sinister. The markings on the weapon didn't match any known language. And the material? It seemed almost otherworldly. Rumors began to swirl that the weapon had ties to a lost civilization that predated the Egyptians, a civilization known only through vague references in ancient texts. But why was this weapon hidden away? And what terrifying power did it hold that made it so dangerous? To understand the full story, we need to go back in time, thousands of years ago, to an era when empires rose and fell in brutal warfare. The weapon we're talking about was said to have been wielded by an elite warrior class, hand-picked by ancient kings. These warriors were trained not just in combat, but in the use of weapons believed to be blessed, or cursed, by the gods themselves. Historical records from ancient Mesopotamia speak of a mysterious group known as the Guardians of the Shadow. This shadowy sect was said to possess weapons that could turn the tide of any battle. Some historians dismissed these accounts as myth, until now. Imagine being on a battlefield where your enemy could seemingly control the elements. Lightning flashing from their weapons, turning the skies black with smoke. Legends say these weapons were capable of unleashing firestorms, earthquakes, even plagues. But these weren't just primitive superstitions. Many believe they were advanced forms of technology that were far ahead of their time. So, how did these ancient armies manage to wield such fearsome power? And why did they choose to bury it rather than use it to conquer the world? One legend tells of a king who was gifted the weapon by the gods themselves. It's said that upon wielding it, he could bring darkness to his enemies' lands, causing crops to wither and rivers to dry up. But the weapon came with a terrible price. Every time it was used, it consumed the life force of its wielder, leaving them a shadow of their former self. Another tale, passed down through generations, speaks of an entire city that vanished overnight. According to ancient texts, a powerful ruler unleashed the weapon in an attempt to subdue a rebellion. But instead of simply defeating his enemies, the weapon turned on him, reducing the entire city to a smoldering wasteland. The survivors fled in terror, leaving behind only whispers of what had occurred. These chilling accounts were enough to convince the ancient leaders that this weapon was too dangerous to remain in their hands. So they hid it deep beneath the earth, in a location that was said to be guarded by curses and traps. Only those deemed pure of heart could pass through the labyrinth protecting the weapon. But as time passed, even the knowledge of its location was lost to history. But what exactly made this weapon so terrifying? The researchers who discovered it have been hesitant to reveal all their findings, but whispers from the excavation site suggest that it was capable of emitting a form of energy unlike anything seen before. Some theorize that this weapon could have been a type of ancient sonic cannon, capable of producing vibrations so powerful they could disintegrate stone walls and armor. Others believe it harnessed the power of magnetism, or even tapped into the Earth's natural electromagnetic fields to generate devastating blasts. Imagine the chaos this could have caused on the battlefield. Entire armies reduced to ash in seconds, their bodies turned to dust by a force no one could see or hear. It's no wonder ancient leaders decided this weapon was too dangerous to ever see the light of day. But the most unsettling part? Some believe that the weapon may not have been of this world at all. Could it be that the ancient civilizations were in contact with something or someone that gifted them this technology? The terrifying thought that lingers is this: if this weapon was hidden away so many centuries ago, who's to say it won't be found again? With modern technology advancing at an unprecedented pace, could we be on the verge of unlocking secrets that were meant to stay buried forever? Experts are already debating whether the recent discoveries could lead to a new arms race, with nations scrambling to reverse engineer these ancient secrets. Imagine a world where such weapons are in the hands of those willing to wield them for power. And if history has taught us anything, it's that power in the wrong hands can lead to unimaginable destruction. What if these ancient weapons are just the beginning? What other secrets lie hidden beneath the sands of time, waiting for someone brave or foolish enough to dig them up? As we conclude, one question remains: should some secrets stay buried? Or are we doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past, bringing forth a new era of chaos and destruction? But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are still countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and we've only scratched the surface. So if you're ready to dive deeper into the hidden corners of history, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because the next story we're about to reveal is even more terrifying. What secret weapon will we unearth next? Stay tuned to find out.